Hey Darren, it's Sean.
Hey Sean, what are you up to?
Still trying to get my voice out there, speaking up for homeless rights, speaking up for LGBT rights, and speaking out for minority lives.
I'm in the midst of a bunch of work. Is there something I can do for you right this moment, Sean?
You could let me know if there's a time I could call you back.
Um, but try me tomorrow morning, like after 8:30.
Yes, sir. Sounds good to me. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you too. Be safe. Darren O'Connor. I met him when they had that Occupy Boulder thing. What was Occupy Boulder? It was basically a bunch of sissies whining about their rights, but not willing to do anything about it. Darren, he gets to go out. He's got a house. He's got a kid. He's got a life. He's going to school to be a lawyer. Very important stuff. He wants to fight for human rights. This is the guy who took pictures of my wrist after I got out of jail. See, what the Boulder Police Department did is the same thing that a man does when he beats the hell out of his wife or beats his children and leaves bruises on them. You keep them locked up and inside until that bruising goes away. You will not go out in public without sunglasses on, will you? Nope. Homeless people have no rights. Now, Darren, right now, he's working on that whole situation with a black man who was going to college, and a bunch of police officers pointed guns at him for picking up garbage. With all due respect, I know a great many people who are homeless who picked up garbage and got littering tickets. But not just littering tickets. Some of them were assaulted. Some of them had guns drawn on them. Some of them were tased by multiple officers just for entertainment. Damn, America's nasty. Darren is fighting for our rights. But currently, he's involved in, that one particular case. Now, he could be involved in my case. My case could break all of this shit wide open. However, people don't care about my case because I'm white. Because I'm homeless. So he's out there with special rights groups. Black Lives Matter is a special rights group. Why is this? Because they're not after human rights. They want to pretend like black people have it so much worse than everybody else. No, they do not. Do black people in houses have it worse than white people in houses? Yes. But all of them got it better than all of us out here on the streets. Do you know why that is? Because nobody cares about the homeless until they're homeless. And by then, of course, it's too late. See, the police aren't taught to go after criminals. They're taught to go after people that can't sue them because the counties across America are sick of paying out. The physical and psychological torture that I endured at the hands of the state of Colorado is not specific to me. They do it to all homeless people. Homeless males especially were the easiest to railroad. Most of the homeless women that are out there, you know why they were homeless? Because they turned in a domestic abuser and could no longer pay rent. It now takes 3 people working full-time jobs at minimum wage to live in a poor area of the United States. Just to keep a roof over your fucking head. It used to be that one person was enough to do that. So, if a woman gets beaten up by her husband and turns him in, she'll end up homeless and lose her kids. If daddy rapes her daughter and she turns him in, she can't pay the bills, those children go into the system. There's a woman named Nicole. She lives in Iowa. She wants custody of her niece. Her niece is in the system in Colorado. Now, according to Nicole, her niece is in a good foster home. But a foster home is not family. And this woman has had this young woman at her house for 7 months. This is a temporary foster. Oh, an accident just happened here. And this person is driving off. Huh. And the other person is driving off the other way. Well, God bless America, right? The temporary foster care system in Colorado. It's changed very little. Now they're allowed to stay longer than 2 weeks. That's kind of a good thing if you get a good foster home, but if it's not a good foster home, you're screwed. They can do whatever they want to you, and the police are not going to be on your side. You're the one in foster care, so you must be the bad guy. You must be in foster care because you did something wrong. Most homeless people end up homeless because they aged out of the system. That means they pretended to give a shit until you were 18 and then threw you out on the streets with nothing. While those of you who left your parents' house with an ID and a driver's license and some money in your pocket, well, you guys tell us how much we wanted it, needed it, chose it, and deserved it. The largest cross-section of the jail and prison populations is not minorities. It's people like me who grew up in the system. Why is that? Because they know that nobody's going to be in your corner. You don't have any actual family. The closest I have to family is Miss Peaches. And I can't see her. Not without putting her and her family at risk. At risk by the Bollingers? No. The Bollingers aren't going to go after her. They're more likely to go after Danica and Shelley. Fuck these people. Fuck them. Now, Alyssa Rainwater and Mandy Hughes. These are two people who tried to help me out, but couldn't. Family situations prevent them from doing so. Am I mad at them? In part. For the most part, I'm mad at the situation because so many people wanted to bullshit me and lie to me. Why am I mad at Alyssa? Well, because she keeps pushing the, do you have food? Do you need food? Can I send you money for food? I'm going to be honest. I don't need food. I told her that. She keeps pushing it. What I need is for her to help me collect evidence. The evidence on my Facebook alone is enough to convict people. Testimony on Facebook is enough to convict people. But they have to be willing to look. If they're not willing to look, much like the one-sided media, professional courtesy, this is what police officers call it when they allow another officer to get away with breaking the law. They have professional courtesied the fuck out of each other to make sure that evidence is lost, stolen, destroyed, and never seen. But they didn't do it alone. Every single public pretender that I had did exactly the same thing. I will not stop speaking out. The Bollingers are evil. If there truly is a hell, these people will be there. They will go there. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. My life is hell. I've had to depend on people who were out of my life for a reason. After Natalie died, these people wanted to pretend like they were going to help me, and then they didn't. Their idea of help was to throw money at the situation. I needed their time. I needed them to sit with me and look at this. Joanna Taylor, Derek Parrish. I tried to get them to take a look. They said, no, I believe you. I don't need you to believe me. I need you to be a witness. Can I get a witness? Shannon Alvarado, same thing. But every time that we set it up for her to help me, for her to take a look at it, she was too fucking wasted. And then wants to talk to me and whine at me for literally hours on end every single fucking night about her boyfriend. And what a terrible boyfriend he is. Shit, this guy can't figure out up from down. So this is what I'm fighting. I'm fighting against people who wanted to help. Why am I fighting with these people? Because they didn't actually want to help. They wanted to give me lip service. When there is something that they can actually do that does not cost money, they're completely unwilling. They can text me for hours on end, but cannot call. They can spend hours looking up the address to a homeless shelter. Meanwhile, all of these people, had they been paying attention, would know that I already know where those homeless services are in Boulder. In Denver, I had difficulties locating those places. I'm not familiar with Denver the way I was Boulder. People want to say, hey, you should have gotten on a bus. With what money? Meanwhile, people who were going to help me before Natalie died, like Jeff Ritter, became just lip service after her death. This man was aware how fucked up of a situation that I was in. But he would not come forward. I used my Facebook as a police report. I reported against corrupt police officers. I reported against the drug dealers who were doing terrible things. I reported on real life situations. True situations. Situations that I not only spoke about and typed about, but also provided evidence to. Now, it's obvious it don't matter if I post up evidence or not, I'm going to end up with Facebook bans for the rest of my life. It's important for that evidence to be collected before it's destroyed, which means I need a judge. Meanwhile, the FBI are the only ones capable of doing that currently, and the FBI are professional courtesying the police in Colorado. But they're also professional courtesying one percenters. What are one percenters? This is the 1% of bikers that are the criminal element. I am familiar with one percenters. I know quite a few. I know Hell Angels. I'd say Hell's Angels, but there's only one hell, apparently. So, what's the history of the Hell's Angels? Well, these guys were once a group of bombers in World War II. Bomber pilots, co-pilots, navigators, gunners, basically people who were friends during the war who after the war started a bike club. In the 1950s, they started getting real well known for being hellions. I know banditos. I know Mongols. Really, though, the ones you need to be afraid of are the unaffiliated. They'll work for anybody. They're basically murderers for hire. The Hell's Angels, they don't want to have anything come back on them. So they get an unaffiliated brother, and that unaffiliated brother does the dirty business for them. Since Natalie's death, I have had several unaffiliated people offer to get rid of Ted Bollinger for me. Why did I say no? Because him being dead would serve no purpose. It would serve no example, and the example does need to be set that this is wrong. The police in Colorado and the FBI are protecting one percenters. It doesn't have to involve a big name drug dealer in order for it to be a conspiracy. It can involve lower level drug dealers like Matty Boa, Ted Bollinger, and Alicia Bollinger. Alicia Bollinger was a distributor for Ted along with her sister, Natalie. Ted has enough pull with those girls to scare them into doing a lot of things. Why is that? Because even the low-level one percenters have an affiliation with a group, and that group looks out for its other group members. Who is Ted Bollinger affiliated with? Who is Tim Beeson affiliated with? Both of these men hide like cowards. Called me an internet warrior, huh? Well, that works. My voice is the most powerful weapon I have. Being assaulted over 30 times since Natalie's death, in addition to the 7 assaults before her death, plus the people threatening my life before her death and the hundreds of people who have threatened my life since. See, that's what slander does. It wasn't just the slander that came from them. It was the slander from the media, the slander from the Bollingers, the slander from these groups that I'm not allowed to take part in. These people went straight for hate and then want to tell me not to be hateful. With all due respect, with the number of people affiliated with Alicia Bollinger who came after me, who I can prove with her own typing and her own words that she is affiliated with these people and did take part. But so did Detectives Peterson, Rogers. So did Cara Rogers, who Detective Rogers referred to as a male when I spoke to him about her. Cara Rogers is a female. I've spoken with her. These people were intimidated into not coming forward, and they tried. Cara Rogers attempted on multiple occasions to make the police take a report, same as I did. Mandy Hughes did the same thing, attempted to make the police take a report, same as I did. Peaches attempted to make the police take a report, same as I did. When I say there's a cover-up, it's not a joke. Fuck these people. What Darren O'Connor is doing is trying to fight for our rights. However, he has to help out people with special rights. People who are already granted special rights. Black people are granted special rights for the color of their skin, and they still get fucked daily. Because those special rights, no matter how much you make laws about those special rights, to give black people special rights, it's not the laws that are the issue at this point. It's the fact that officers need to wear body cameras so that they can't do these illegal and immoral things that they do to black people. However, there are more hate crimes against the homeless than all other hate crimes combined. And that doesn't include police interaction, which is where most of the hate crimes against the homeless come from. If you are a homeless person who is assaulted by a college student, even if that is a black college student, There is a possibility that that black college student has the ability and the means to get a civil lawyer and sue the police. That homeless person doesn't. If their family actually gave a fuck, they wouldn't be homeless. They could have done something about it. They could have invited their own family into their house and said, all right, I'm willing to listen to you. But no, we're out on the streets because our families are shit. They want to assume the worst and punish us and punish us and punish us and play victim. You're a terrible person. You're eating all my resources. With all due respect, I didn't. The resources that I need was time. I didn't get that time. I got my time wasted by hundreds of people who pretended they would help and did not. Many of these people were harassed even by police officers for trying to come to my aid. 1%ers are bitches. Cops are bitches. The cops in Boulder County, after assaulting me 4 times in 4 days, they were calling me a bitch because I wouldn't fight them 6-on-1. What happens if I fight officers 6-on-1? I get charged with assaulting an officer. That's use of fighting words. Those officers prevented me from knowing their names in most of those cases. And when I wrote their names down, they threw away the piece of paper that had their names on it. They made sure that I was transferred out of county repeatedly from multiple counties because multiple counties took part in this. No, I will not stop speaking out. I will not. There's a reason that slander is illegal. And I didn't slander these people's names. Was Danica a clubhouse girl? Yes, she was. What's a clubhouse girl? That's basically a druggy whore that they pass around. She's a sexual party favor for 1%ers. Same thing with Shelly. Are those kids Ted's? Who knows? Only a DNA test can tell. Then again, a lot of these people, like Danica, pretended like she's autistic. She's not. She's a druggy whore. She destroyed her neural pathways through years of drug use, abuse, and addiction. Nobody chose that for her. She chose that for herself. Same thing with Miss Shelley. That's something y'all should pay attention to. While you guys are accusing me of these things, there are people who actually did these things. And that's why when I was punished for over a year for things I did not do, I made damn sure I went after the people who actually did those things. But I didn't do it the way that people like, Candace Dale, she said that she would cut a child molester's balls off. A lot of people said that. Then when they were intimidated by police, it was a different fucking story. I didn't say I was going to cut anybody's balls off. I didn't say I was going to cut these people's heads off. That's other people who are bitches who are talking out their asses. I said I would expose them, and I have kept my word. Even when it comes to my own family. Loyalty above all else except honor. If there is no honor in you, then you have no loyalty. And if you have no loyalty, then neither shall I. All of these people that I exposed did the same thing. They gave me their word and then broke it. We made a deal. I kept my end. Until they broke theirs. Perhaps they should have tried the truth. Now they say the truth will set you free. Yeah, perhaps. But these people need to tell the truth. Danica needs to tell the truth. Shelly needs to tell the truth. Jerry needs to tell the truth. Lana needs to tell the truth. I've already told the truth. Fucking cowards. Have a nice day.